We've walked through storms, we faced the night, but still we stand for what is right. Our fathers built this land so free.
1, 2.
And the spirit lives in you and me.
They fought in war, through mud and flame, for freedom's voice, for Britain's name.
In fields of red, their courage shone, so we could speak, so truth lives on.
No surrender, we're here to stay. We'll stand our ground, come what may. From city streets to rolling fields, we'll guard the truth. This nation yields.
Our voices rise, the people call for unity and pride for all. We won't be swayed, we won't be tamed. Our British heart cannot be shamed.
No surrender, we're here to stay. We'll stand our ground, come what may. Through every trial, come night or day, we'll keep the faith, we'll find our way.
For those who build, for those who fought, their courage lives in every thought. From some to skies of World War II, they gave their lives for me and you.
No surrender, we're here to stay. Together strong in every way. For love of home, for truth we pray. We're Britain's heart, and here to stay.
Hello guys, here we go again. Let's get comfortable.
The old lion stood firm when the sirens would wail.
Right, what sort of show are we going to have tonight?
Never give in,
Are we going to
never give in without fail.
Are we going to ban any
We
of
shall
our
fight on the
patriots
beaches.
by accident?
We shall fight on the field.
Is Lily going to come
We
into
shall
the room?
never surrender,
What about Lady
no
J?
matter
Will she
what
be here?
yields. I have nothing to offer but
Hello,
blood, toil,
Toffee.
tears, and
Hello,
sweat.
Docker.
He meant every word, no shadow of regret. This was their finest hour.
Don't
He
watch
said
it.
through the night, and the people believed him. He gave us the light.
But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we need you to know.
He carried our hope when the world was afraid. You promised us change, then let that hope fade.
You're not the old lion.
Yes,
We're telling
excellent.
you true.
Really excellent.
You're not the old
The guy is the
lion.
best.
And we're
The
done
best.
believing in you.
He's even better
If
than
you're
me.
going through hell, keep going, he'd say. While the cities were burning, he showed us the way. The price of greatness is responsibility. He lived every word for the nation to see. He walked through the rubble, shook hands in the street, gave courage to strangers with nothing to eat. A voice in the darkness that steadied our fears. A leader who earned every one of our cheers. But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and the country says so. He lifted us up when the skies were all black. You took away warmth and you never gave back. You're not the old lion. We're telling you true. You're not the old lion, and we're done believing in you. You came with big promises, hope in your eyes, a new day for Britain, an end to the lies. Then winter fuel gone for the old and the cold, while gifts and free tickets and suits were your gold. The trust that we gave you has slipped through your hands. The dreams that we shared lie buried in sand. No enemy marching, no bombs in the sky, just choices you made while the people ask why. The old lion lost once the fighting was done, but he won in the war, the hardest one. You've lost in the peace that you swore you would bring, and the silence is louder than anything. No, you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we want you to know we stood with the old lion through fire and through pain, but we won't stand with you, not ever again. We will not fight on the beaches for you. We will not fight in the fields for you. We will not fight in the streets for you. We will not fight anywhere for you. You wanker!
Lock and load one. Like to have one in the chamber. What's it going to be? Okay, we'll hold it there. Okay. Yeah, Dean O'Bain done a fabulous job. Yeah. The guy's got a superb mind, doesn't he? I almost had an epi. An epi? What's an epi? No idea, but I almost had one when I read it. And then I read it again, came to my senses. So what Vindicator had said. Thought, yeah, go have a look at it before you start shooting people. Do I want to permanently delete this? Yes. Okay. For those of you who've been following the story about the murder of that, or the young girl, she was missing on Saturday, 14-year-old girl in my village. Not a very big village I live in, seriously. Everyone knows everyone virtually, although I can't place it. But then again, I try not to look at 14-year-old girls. That was a poor taste joke. But everyone knows the family. And anyhow, they found her body, didn't they? I don't know. A 14-year-old boy has been arrested today. There were a lot of rumors circulating at the time when the story broke. I didn't say anything because I wanted to get the facts. I mean, of course, we've had a large influx of, we've been heavily enriched. We've got a lot of fast food shops that are always empty. And a Turkish barbers. Yeah, we've got a great high street, unless you wanted to buy something useful. Yes, and of course, there's the the car wash. And then they've also put into the pub a lot of people with mental issues. So you can imagine the rumours that were flying around, suppositions, you know. No, I'm not going to say what I've been told by someone close to the family. I can't do that. There's a police inquiry, so I won't say that. But of course, you can imagine everyone was thinking, is it the enrichers? And I don't believe it is, but I couldn't swear to that. I couldn't swear to it. But it's a relief knowing that they've got the killer, that's for sure, or the alleged killer, because I worry about my granddaughters and stuff like that. Temperature's a bit high today. My PC, it was state of the art a few years ago, very expensive actually, and water cooled, but it's still overheating. I saw GST. I don't know if GST wants to come up and chat for a while, or if he just wants to chill there and then come up later on. Lily, you want to go on demonstrations? Why don't you link up with? I'm not sure where you are. Not sure where you are. Talk to GST. Or the one who really does know where everything is the squirrel. He always knows where the demonstrations are. But surely you can get in touch with your local Restore branch and campaign for them, or do you just want to hit the bricks with the banners? Yeah. You're going up to Manchester. Do you have time to come up, GST, or if you don't want to, it's not a problem. I don't mind just sitting here and I'll just waffle on. English lass, you'd be pleased to know that my wife wrote out your envelope today. I don't show it on screen. No, that's Kim's. That's Leo's. Right. HU, yeah. So I've done your envelope. But of course, what did I do when I went out today? Where did I leave the envelopes, which have got the badges in? I bought the stamps, and I didn't post the letters. I put envelopes in the car and I put the stamps in the car and left the envelopes on the little table by the door so I wouldn't forget them, then walk straight past them. But at least we've now got the Vindicator Strike Backs for a great day. I was writing about you today, Vindicator. I'm going to put a link up, see if Vindicator will talk to me for a minute. He saved me throwing an epi today, Vindicator did. I was ready to go off on one. And then I watched Vindicator's video. Oh, that would be wonderful, Lily. That would be wonderful. I think you've given Kirsty a free ride, haven't you? I mean, you know, I think Kirsty got me on the bounce, Lily. I really do. I know I put a link there just in case Vindicator wants to talk for the same thing. Anyhow, for those of you, if you just come in, regards to the murder in my village, tragic, 14-year-old, same age as my youngest granddaughter. Here's GST. Let's get him up here. Hello, brother. How are you?
Sweating.
That's because you're army. Us sailors are always cool, brother. You've got to get some of these. I'm the coolest, oldest YouTuber on the internet. Yeah, I rock, and I know it.
I've got my little fan there, and I've got this there that's blowing out hot air. So there we go.
One little fan. I got 35 fans watching me now, even while I speak. Hi guys. They should have seen him go off on one yesterday. A patriot come into the channel, GST, and they banned him. I just banged my head on the table. He made a joke. It was the wrong kind of joke. They didn't know he was pulling. Anyhow, what have you been up to?
Well, I mean, there's a few things. I mean, it's one of them. Yeah, we had obviously the controversial thing. I got a lot of stick for my views on it, put it that way. But there we go. It's what we're here for, you know. We have to have people's opinions, have to have that. But the main thing for me is the Nottingham protest now. It's still ongoing technically, but the vast majority of us now have we're cutting ties with the main organizer, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
I'm
well, no, you can do. It's fine. I don't mind. I'll say it to the guy. Basically, he's all about this. He's making posts, you know, and then he's just flip flopping. Like there was a discussion, talking about how because we challenged Islam quite a lot, we were all racist. And he's like, well, Islam's not a race; it's a religion, it's a culture. And then somebody blocked us. It was just all petty drama. Then somebody blocked a load of people who were discussing. And then somebody then put a drunken video up, like saying, this is what the Nottingham Patriots are. Just one guy drunk on a train. So in the end, it was like, yeah, we you know, we're not playing this game. You're feeding into it. And there was a few things that happened on the live that I did on Sunday as well. So one of the left that's continuously turning up is quite a tall chap. And he's quite young. And all the older people, they goad him. You can see them goading him and winding him up. Do you see what I mean? And they goad him to lash out. So when people come up with the speakerphones and they make the noises in his face, which I've always said is stupid anyway, but, you know, you should use that to get in people's faces, not the blue. You can use the siren sometimes as a laugh, but to get into somebody's face and put the siren, that technically is assault. So I don't know why people play that crap, to be honest with you. They're making themselves look fucking stupid, in my opinion. You know, that's the kind of shit that the opposition do. It shouldn't be what we do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so this lad understandably pushed the man away. So obviously it was like, right, the police didn't see, but the camera was watching. So it was like, right, we'll take your details. And the young lad was like, no, I'm not giving you details. So I turned around to him and said, listen, mate, you've obviously got passion. I said, you're an idiot because your passion's all in the wrong direction. But I said, listen to my advice when I tell you, if you don't give your details now, they're going to put you in the back of the van. And the police officer was like, yeah, he's right. So then he gave the details and I got accused of being a lefty sympathizer.
Well, you get used to that. I've been called.
No, but I say it's, you know, they get to that point. So, but there's a group of about 5 or 6 of us now, and it's growing literally. Like everybody, as soon as we figure out what we're planning on doing, people are jumping on in the Nottingham area. But I've kind of, I'm starting to drum up this idea of a plan. There's a few people in there. I won't mention any names, but we've got there's quite a few subscribers in between. They're not big channels or anything like that, but quite a few people have got TikTok accounts and stuff. And I've got this idea in my head that every other Sunday we're going to start visiting towns and cities around the UK. And we're going to make like Facebook or some kind of social media pages. Not to be there for like people can go on and post and stuff like that, but it's almost like a sleeper cell. You know, like ISIS and stuff like that have these sleeper cells where they just have loads of people all gathered in one place. So we're gonna make a group for every single town, just to see how many numbers we can get. You know, as if to say like, you know, I want to call it like the Common Cause Collective or something like that. Yeah. Because it's this idea of trying to band people together. So. This is my idea is because I'm going out to these, you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm almost to that point now where I'm scrapping, standing next to a statue, waving a flag and stuff like that, because it's nice to show up. It's nice to be around people with like-minded, like it's nice to be around there with like-minded people, but too many people are getting drunk. Too many people are in it for money. So they're posting about pubs. They're posting about, you know, this and that. Somebody will say, like, I don't agree with what you're saying, So they'll like start goading them like, yeah, you twat. And then they'll press record when they start giving it back. And they're like, look at this aggressive person here. And that's going to cause division. All it's going to do is cause division.
It's not good for our image, is it, Jesse?
Yeah.
I've, as you know, now that I'm so, well, we'll talk about I've been on 2 demonstrations so far. One in Southampton, that was good.
Yeah.
The young men looked fit, clean, they were respectable. The ones I went with, they were a pleasure to be seen with. Okay? Up in Leicester, some of our people looked as if they'd be fit better on the other side of the road, because the way they were dressed, the condition they were in, you know, I thought, is this the best that Britain has to offer? And I got to be honest, I didn't feel totally comfortable being there. We made the best of it, but I'm sure the patriots I went up with felt the same, you know. We were clean, tidy, washed, presentable, and sort of behaving ourselves. And as you know, presentation is everything to the civilians, the norm is, who we
100%.
want to consider voting for us.
Yeah. Because I tell you, prime example again, where the main man of Nottingham, the main guy who does Nottingham, he's honestly, he's got to the point where he's just pissed everybody off now, and everybody's realised and cottoned on to what he's doing. There was a pub just across the road from the statue, and he made a post about how it was appealing to lefties because it wouldn't let them use the toilet. Well, the problem that you've got is the week before, as in 2 weeks before, there was a load of them got pissed up outside it and then smashed a load of glasses. So it's like, well, no wonder they didn't let you in the pub. And then he's put a post up, then that's backfired. And then this pub has then shared this post online. So all they're doing is pushing people against our cause. And it's like, this is not what I'm all about. And there is the thing, he gets the hate. And this is the problem that where you've got it with Facebook and all these other things. Facebook's the main one for it because you don't necessarily need people to subscribe. You need people to just come on and rant and comment on it. But he's just getting people to be that pissed off at him that they're just leaving him message after message after message on the page. And he's there laughing all the way to the bank and telling everybody he's feeding the homeless with it when he's not. He's putting a bit aside, don't get me wrong, but it's just one big flipping con and I don't want to be a part of it anymore. My main thing is I want to be part. I keep saying to people, I want to try something different. I want to try something new. Like I think your man there, what's the grifting name with the boat? Danny Tomo, Mr. Boatman. He's got the right idea, but on that one, he's asking for donations and he's getting you contact details. He's getting all that, and it's been sold to a Jewish company. Not a lot of people realise that, but you can look on Company's House, and it's a Jewish company. And then not just that. If loads of people then on that little paperwork and on that forum that he does, if they then start causing shit, a couple of moments later, he'll then police counter-terrorism will go off and say, right, here's this document that we got from this judge. You need to hand over every single person's details that is on your list, and he'll have to do it. Yeah, and that's not the way. So like I say, my kind of thing here is something along those lines. I just want to go to the town centres with my table because we did it in Mansfield before we went to the police station, and I was gutted I didn't take a charger because I was like, I need my phone battery for the police station protest. But you know, I was in Mansfield town centre and we got such a good reception. People that were originally against us were then for us, and all we kept getting told was, "Are you coming back? Are you coming back? Are you coming back?" And you know, it's like I've been speaking to the lads about it, and like I say, we're gonna go to towns and centres all around, towns and city centres all around the UK.
Okay, GST. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
What an excellent idea! I like the idea of staying away from these, if you like, organised events, say in Nottingham, and going out to the suburbs. And doing what you were doing and putting up a table. Do you need permission to do that from the police? Do you let them know, or do you just rock up?
Yeah, you can just rock up. Yeah, like the thing is, you can't have anything provocative or offensive, and if you move, you can't move in groups of 4 or more because then it's classed as a march. I mean, I don't know him on how many numbers, but the thing is, like I say, it's not like we're not selling anything. We're just talking to people. And obviously it's one of those where I'm not sure on the legislations if so many people decide to hang around. But like I say, we've done it with about 8 and the police have come and said hello, asked us what we're doing. We've been polite and they've moved on each time. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I say, so I'll go back to what I was saying. So my idea is to set up like a little Facebook group for every town that we go to. And then like we have a QR code each time. So we say, look, if you support us, if you agree with us, just scan that QR code. Nothing's going to get spammed on there. You're not going to be sold anything. You're not going to be asked for any money. Your name will literally just sit on this dormant group. And, you know, it's a case of in an emergency situation where something really hits the fucking fan, which, you know, people can turn around and sit here and pretend that we're going to vote our way out of the mess that we're in. Even if we get a perfect vote, let's say we turn around and get Restore Britain in, all the stuff that's been on about the controversy, that's all put to bed. Let's say we get every single seat in Parliament filled with Restore Britain. The people that we want out, these millions of people, they're not just going to go. They're going to say, thank you very much, guys. See you later. You know, it's not going to happen. So people can turn around and sit there, live in cloud cuckoo land and pretend it's all going to be a honkadory, but it's not. For the next 3 years, you're going to be face bus stop after bus stop after bus stop. They're going to block everything. They aren't going to let them on mainstream media, which Makerfield shows you're going to need. So it's just going to be blocked and blocked and blocked. So people need to genuinely sit here and consider to themselves that, yes, we can pray for the best, but we need to plan for the worst. That's my main problem. And if we've got hundreds of thousands of people or tens of thousands of people sat there on this list, you can turn around and say, right, it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off, you know. So, like we can. This is the plan. We can put it out there. Just put it out to all the block groups and say, look, go to your local town centres, show up, show face, or whatever else. Wait further instructions. Something's got to be done. You know, like somebody might have a better idea. I'm on the way. Somebody might turn around and say, I've got a better idea. And I said, all right, mate, you take over. But at the minute, there's quite a few lads there. We've did good with technology. We've got quite a few numbers already. Like I say, because the one thing that I kept getting told was, do you have anything for me to sign? Do I need to sign up to anything? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it's like, well, no, look, this is my YouTube channel. We're trying to do something at the moment, but we're not actually sure where that is at the minute. You know? But
I think that's excellent. But there's nothing we can do to assist you, GST.
I mean, at the minute, I've got no plans. I like if there's certain things like you know, we can look at it. But you know, certain areas that I do want to tackle are areas with heavy Muslim populations. You know, because I think it's going to get to the point where people will start to get, I don't know, quite violent with us, I guess. And I know it's one of them. People can turn around and say otherwise, but sometimes you have to be a martyr for the cause. Not in the sense of I'm going to go somewhere where I'm going to get killed, but if I go somewhere and people start getting violent, people start trying to hit us, start trying to do whatever else, it's going to show people what's out there.
Yes.
And that's the reality of it. I mean, have you heard of the new thing in Birmingham, the Muslim Defence League?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Well,
I put a short up about it. Yeah, I put a short up about it. And there's a load of them going around. They were trying to find, they were going around Birmingham when people were in Birmingham, and they were going around the outskirts to see if they could catch anybody like that was away from the clan. They were going around in numbers of like 10 or 15, doing Muslimic slurs and doing the chants. And they were looking for a war. They were looking for a battle. We've seen it in Small Heath. We've seen it in Small Heath. We've seen it after the Southport issues. You know, we see they're there, they're ready, they're primed, they're training. So should we. And people ain't going to wake up until they actually see how violent these people can be. And if I have to stand there and get punched a couple of times, then so be it.
Yeah, well done. But even back in 2010, and I've got newspaper clippings from a lot of them, where the Muslims were actually going around then and telling white people, this is our territory now, stay out of it. You know, people crossing their streets to get where they lived, and they were told, you walk around a different street, you go down a different street, this is a Muslim street. And that was happening in 2010. And for a while, the newspapers were full of it. You know, no.
What happened next? Please then. Am I frozen?